It's just so good. It's just, oh. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Recipe by Request. No, I'm not wearing a shirt and no, I won't put one on. If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. In this series, Recipe by Request, I test viral recipes or recipes of interest as submitted by the subscribers. So if there's recipes you have saved that you've never made, recipes you want to know if they're good or not, or recipes if you think might be too difficult, you send them my way and I try them out for you. Now, full transparency for today's recipe, I have actually made this probably 5 or 6 times. The reason why I've made it so much is after the first time, it started to get requested by a lot of my friends for their birthdays. I now have 1, 2, 3 friends that request this particular recipe for their birthdays every single year. Not only them, but I myself made this cake for my own birthday this year because it is that good. So a big happy birthday shout out to Faith for requesting this recipe. It's one of the best. Now, today's requested recipe is a super simple, super easy carrot cake. Now, I was never thrilled at the idea of a carrot cake. I was always more partial to like decadent, chocolatey, like cheesecakes than I was carrot cake. And to be honest, the thought of carrot in a cake never really appealed to me until I made it, and it just changed everything. Now, the first time I made this cake, it completely changed my mind. It was so good. For the next 2 days, I didn't eat anything but this cake. Every time I was hungry, I'd go back into the fridge and grab another slice. It was just too good to put down. Now, I can go on and on and on about this cake forever. So before I do that, let's make it, shall we? We'll start the cake by preheating the oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit and greasing and lining 2 9-inch cake pans. All right, super easy carrot cake recipe. First, we're gonna mix our dry ingredients together, then we're gonna mix our wet ingredients together, then we're gonna mix those together, and then we bake. Start adding 260 grams or 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, half a teaspoon of fine sea salt, 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and whisk until well combined. Put that aside while we work on our wet ingredients. All right, done with our dry ingredients, now time for our wet. Add 295 mils of vegetable oil to a bowl, 200 grams of granulated sugar, 190 grams of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, and whisk these until thoroughly combined. Then whisk in your eggs one at a time. We're now going to switch to a rubber spatula and we're going to add our dry ingredients into our wet in 3 parts, stirring until it's completely combined. Once combined, we're going to stir in 300 grams of grated carrots and 120 grams of roughly chopped pecans. Ready to go into our prepared pans. We'll then divide the batter into 2 prepared cake pans and bake for 35 to 45 minutes until the skewer comes out clean. Allow to cool in the pans for 15 minutes, then turn onto a wire rack to cool completely. To start our frosting, we'll add 225 grams of room temperature cream cheese to a bowl and mix on medium-high speed until smooth and creamy. We're then going to add 140 grams of icing sugar and 2 teaspoons of cornstarch in increments and mix until well combined. We're then going to add 80 mils of chilled heavy cream, and we're going to mix on high speed until light, whipped and fluffy. And we're done. Super simple, super easy, but I promise you its flavor far outweighs its simplicity. Now, this cake has been requested for a birthday, but fortunately enough for me, the birthday girl has allowed me to try a slice of cake for you guys so I can give you my up-to-date feedback on just how good this cake is. So I'm going to quickly frost, slice, plate, and taste this cake, and I'll let you know just how good it is. This is such a beautiful looking cake. Like, it's just so neat and so tidy and just, I'm like super excited to eat this again. I eat this a couple times a year and every time I'm still really excited. So I'll have another quick taste test and make sure it's just as good as I remember it. It's just so good. It's just, oh, the cinnamon is really the star of the show here too, because it just elevates all of those flavors. It's just, oh man, it's so, so good. It's such a nice, light, sweet flavor. It's not obnoxious. It's just so nice. And that light tang from the cream cheese, it's just, this is a phenomenal cake. It is so, so good. Honestly, please, every time. It is such a beautiful, moist cake. You have this crispy golden outside with this moist, cakey middle, and you get these deeply rich, sweet flavors from the brown sugar and then the caramelization of the sugars and the carrots. And then you couple that with the fragrant spice of the cinnamon, and then you get the textural crunch of the pecans that have become toasted in the batter. And you've just got this beautiful mix of rich flavors and spices and textures. And then you've got this creamy, moist, sweet cream cheese frosting that provides this tang which offsets and accompanies the flavor of the cake. If you'd gone for like a buttercream, it would be really sickly sweet, but because we've gone for this light cream cheese frosting, it just melds and blends. It's just such a phenomenal cake. Please do yourself a favor, make this. It is so easy to do. You mix dry ingredients, you mix wet ingredients, you mix them together, you put it in the oven, and you're done. The frosting's even easier. Cream cheese, sugar, cream, done. This is not a difficult cake to make, and it is so worth it. Even amateurs like me can make this with no issues whatsoever. So please do yourself a favor, make this cake. Well, that just about wraps up another episode of Recipe by Request. Less of a surprise with this one and more just me wanting to share with you all one of, if not the greatest cake recipe of all time. I'll post a link in the description below so you can give the creator some love and follow the directions correctly. I would highly recommend making this cake. If you're hesitant because it's carrot cake and doesn't excite you, honestly, just give it a go. It's super easy to make and it will just change your view on carrot cakes and cakes in general. You will not go back. It is amazing. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in being part of the show, follow the link in my profile so you can submit a recipe. Don't forget to check out my other series that I run, Roll for Cake, where we use random dice rolls to create weird and wacky flavor combinations. And if you want to be involved in that, follow the link as well. Once again, thanks again for joining me on this episode of Recipe by Request. Thank you again, Faith, for requesting this recipe. It is such a great cake and I highly recommend all of you to make it.